Joining us now is the man behind all the magic you see all over Instagram, the guy who creates all the commitment videos for Notre Dame. It's Grant Giszewski. Grant, how you doing, man?
Good. I'm good. Thanks for having me on the show.
Of course, thanks for
Absolutely.
coming on. So we're gonna get right into it. So Rocco Spindler's a really good friend of ours. We had him on the show about a month ago. The commitment video you made for him, man, literally probably the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Like goosebumps.
Like the God's country, getting that farmer aspect of him, just the grit, absolutely amazing. Did you know
Appreciate
while
it.
you were making it that it was going to end up being probably the coolest thing known to man?
I didn't at the time. We had a lot of preparation going into the video actually, and it was a lot of fun. That was my first commitment video I've ever done actually. So
Wow.
just like being able to do that was super fun. And like I said, there's a lot of preparation. So I sat down with Rocco and Matt Freeman at Irish Sports Daily, and we just kind of like sat down and talked about what exactly could be the best video that Rocco could have, and like what could show off his like personality and everything the best. So it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that captured it like perfectly.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah, when we interviewed Rocco, we asked about the commitment video, and he actually said that he's been told by multiple people that it's the greatest commitment video ever.
Yeah,
So,
and he told the backstory of it. The shot of him in the tractor. You were hanging outside of the tractor. Like,
Yes.
were you scared at all, or were you just like, this is just another day in the life of Grant?
Right. So I'm from Indiana, so it's like obviously a normal thing to have tractors and stuff, but like that was the first time of me getting on a tractor like that. So it was a little sketch. Obviously I had like a lot of trust in Rocco to like not make like a turn that would throw me off the thing. But it was a lot of fun, honestly, and like me hanging out the window of the tractor just kind of like tells the backstory of how it was like a I don't know, like a one-man band type thing where I was just trying to get all the shots I could, and we kind of went through each sequence. And I don't know, it was just super important to capture all those aspects. And like
Yeah.
his cottage was super cool, and it's pretty like it's just like the wild out there, so it's pretty cool.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you have to like get in shape for that, or you just naturally built different, like just ready to hop in whenever?
No, yeah, people tell me I'm built different, so yeah, I just
I believe it.
hold on
I
with one hand
believe
and
it.
hold the camera in the other. So
I would absolutely believe that. So, for those who aren't like absolutely familiar with your work, can you just tell them a little bit about what you do?
yeah, so I do a couple things, but what most people know me for is just doing the Notre Dame football videos. And it's funny because I don't actually work for the university itself, but I work for Irish Sports Daily. And this past season, I wasn't able to work with them just because of COVID and everything. They didn't really let anyone inside the stadium. But yeah, I've been basically working with them since about September of 2018. So I've been with them a little bit, and it was crazy because I went from shooting high school football here in Fort Wayne, Indiana, to shooting Notre Dame football right after that as a high schooler, and it was insane because I was a huge fan of Notre Dame football my entire life, so
Yeah.
it was just really crazy.
Wait, how old are you now?
I am 20. I just turned 20.
Oh my
That's
gosh,
ridiculous.
that is crazy.
Yeah, I always
Yeah.
like you think of like people at the games and stuff. They're probably like older. Like we're 18, like 17, 18. So like we're right around there with you. That just
Yeah.
seems ridiculous. That
Yeah. I
No,
mean,
man, that is
I
awesome.
honestly, I sorry. I think
No, you're
I've
good.
only been to like a couple of the games before. I think I've been to like 2 or 3 games outside of like me doing this. So like me being able to go to every single home game of the season was incredible for me, obviously. Just because I'm always a big fan, and like me as a high schooler, like I didn't even think it was gonna be possible, but
Yeah.
it happened.
We're all three of us are from South Bend, so it's like I've had season tickets at one point in our life, so it's like I totally just like
I relate to that completely.
envious and absolutely envious.
Yeah. So one of the things we do the most, it's kind of what we're known for, is we go through social medias and find stuff. So this is actually very interesting to me. So your first ever Instagram picture or your post was a picture of you, your brother, and your dad in front of the ND practice football gate. It was
Mhm.
very honored to go to the ND football practice this morning. Very cool. Wasn't allowed to take pictures inside though. Do you ever look back at that and you're like, I was this kid back in like 2017, never allowed to step foot on even the practice field, and now I get to go to every single home game and follow guys around like alumni, like Chase Claypool. I saw you did an edit for Claypool. And like, does that just blow your mind? Do you ever look back and you're like, wow, that's ridiculous?
Yeah, it's definitely a blessing, and like I like having that post there just to realize, like people need to realize that I literally was just a normal kid that like loved Notre Dame football, and I just decided to pick up a camera and do everything, and that's how I got into it, and just it's created so many opportunities for me. So, like I said, looking back on it, it's insane, but I mean, the backstory behind that post too is that my dad worked for the university. So he worked there for a couple years, and he was basically they have a thing where if you work there, you can come out to like a spring practice and just see the team practicing. Like I said, you can't really film anything inside. So I was just basically looking. It was just an incredible experience for me just to see the team up close and everything. But yeah, like I just think it's insane that I came from that to like where I'm at now.
Yeah. So whenever we like announce the interviews and then like on the podcast episode titles and stuff like that, we always have like usually it's an athlete, so we'll say like Notre Dame football signee. What's a good clickbait like title for you? Like
I don't know.
CEO, like
Yeah, like
.com CEO, like
right. I mean, I don't know, man. Like I just make a lot of mixtapes and stuff. So
okay.
NFL mixtape creator.
Yeah. Ball is
yeah,
life.
I mean, I'm a content creator. Like something like that. I don't know.
Okay,
man.
perfect.
Yeah. Speaking of content creators, so as members of the media, I saw you get like media credentials to NFL games. How do you get those, and can we get them if you get a media pass to the Super Bowl? Can you get us media passes to the Super Bowl?
He said yes.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, he did.
So,
all right, bet.
basically this season, I haven't been able to shoot anything, and this kind of like we'll have to get into how I started working with Chase, but basically since I work with Chase, he essentially set up the opportunity for me to shoot a Steelers football game. So that's how I got the media pass. I started shooting for the NFL LCC program, which is live content correspondent, I believe. And basically, if you don't know what that is, the NFL hires out people to come out to the games, and basically everything that you see, say if the Colts are playing and the Steelers are playing, say the Colts score a touchdown, my job is to, even though I'm there for the Steelers mainly, like to also film the Colts. Okay. And if they score, basically I have to immediately turn that video around. So like within 5 minutes, I need to be able to send it to the Colts through Slack. And then basically they post it on all their socials or NFL. So it's pretty insane, pretty stressful.
That is. So you're pretty much the media guy for both teams at that point?
Yeah. So you're working for the NFL, like technically, like I was there for the Steelers, but like technically we're working for the NFL mainly. So
that's ridiculous.
Like miss a play because you're sending out the other video or something like that? Because I feel like that could spiral out of control real quickly.
Yes, like I said, it's super stressful. So you have to kind of like consider too. So if you think about it, there's going to be a sack that's like huge on a play. So say if like TJ Watt makes a huge sack, you have to like immediately think, should you send this video right now, like as a six sack, and send it to the Steelers, or should you wait to make sure that you don't miss any big plays after the fact? So like it's just something you got to think about, and like you just play the odds. But thankfully, I didn't miss any shots the one game I did go to.
Do you ever accidentally send a sack of TJ Watt to the Colts?
I accidentally
rub it in a little bit.
So yeah, I accidentally sent the wrong like team to the like. I basically just messed it up, and I like immediately deleted it. But it was all fun. I didn't want to rub it in their face too much for sure.
Yeah.
So that gives me anxiety just thinking about it.
Oh, it's through the roof.
Who's the favorite player you've ever worked with? Because I know there's been like, did you work directly with Jesse Bates, or was that just like a one-off mixtape thing you did at the games? Like, but other than that, like, who's your favorite player you've ever worked with?
Yeah, so I'm a Fort Wayne guy. I don't know if you know much about Fort Wayne, but basically Jalen Smith, Jesse Bates, they both came from here. So that's my connection with them. They're both great guys. I have a good relationship with them. They're probably some of the first NFL players that I've worked with. And that's actually crazy because I met Jalen after being a huge fan. He went to Bishop Luers here.
Yeah.
But he was obviously at Notre Dame. Was a huge fan of him there. And then obviously he went to the Cowboys, and that's kind of this summer is when I met him, and we did a mixtape. So it was a lot of fun. Obviously I work with Chase now. He's the most fun to work with. He's 22. And he's just a lot of fun to work with. So yeah.
So when someone like Jalen, are they in South Bend when you're doing the recordings, or does he fly you out to Dallas?
So I've never actually gone, like basically every video I've done with Jesse or Jalen, it's been in Fort Wayne just because I don't know, that's just how it works. But like basically I have this training facility that I work with. There's a specific personal trainer there that I basically like connect with and get in touch with them. But the Jesse Bates video, like the Bengals sent me that footage, and I was just able to edit it because I'm a huge editing guy more than really filming.
So, as another big editing guy, I'm the one who edits the shows. I had no editing experience before being thrown into this, and we did an award show, and I added a drum roll and faded sounds in and out. So, can you just tell me you're proud of me?
Yeah, dude, that's awesome. Like, keep going.
I'm so bad at it, but like I literally cut the sound clips, put them in different places, and that's like the extent of it. So when I figured out how to fade his sounds in and out, I texted them and I was like, I am the coldest editor alive.
Because everything we do is through GarageBand. We don't have like
Oh,
anything ridiculous at all. So it's literally just through GarageBand.
We like started up randomly one day and I was just like, screw it, whatever, I'll use GarageBand. And then now I have no idea what I'm doing.
No, that's awesome. I mean, you got to use whatever tool you can. So yeah.
Exactly. Speaking of editing, I saw you grew an Instagram page and then sold it to make money to buy your first video camera. How in
I
the world
did.
did you do that?
Yeah, it's a long story, but before I got into video stuff, I was a huge social media guy. So I ran niche accounts, and if you don't know what that is, it's basically, say if you love, in this case it was soccer. I love soccer because I played soccer at the time. I was like, okay, I love soccer cleats as well. Let me start a soccer cleat Instagram. And previously, before that, actually, and this kind of goes into my name, Giszewski.
Yeah.
I was a huge shoe guy, so I literally put the name shoe in my last name.
Wait, did you like resell shoes?
Yeah, I did. Like,
dude, I did
everyone, too. Yeah, everyone, I think once in their lifetime, like our age, like was super into shoes.
Every
so,
white guy had an Instagram resale page.
He did 574 shoes.
No, Indiana Souls. Nice try.
Yeah.
Indiana. Okay, solid. Yeah, I mean, I didn't resell a lot. Like my thing was just highlighting shoes and stuff like that. That was the first Instagram page I sold though. It was like a 33,000 follower Instagram account, and I was
They're gonna say dollars.
No, yeah, I think I sold it for like just over $1,000, which is crazy because I think I was an 8th grader in middle school. So
What?
It was insane.
That is ridiculous.
Were you just like always naturally like entrepreneurially inclined?
Yeah,
like,
I would say like
decide to sell it.
Yeah. So like basically I would always like have a niche that I'd be like, or like a hobby that I'd be super into at the time, and I'd be like, maybe I want to switch it up. So that's when I was like, I'll just sell it. I'll just get some money for it. But like, I mean, that's kind of like when my entrepreneurial like mind came from, is just doing that. And then obviously I started making the soccer cleat one, and the thing that's crazy about that, I think I started it on Thanksgiving Day of, I think it was 2015. By Christmas, we had like 10,000 followers, and then like after that, in like 2016, around the summertime, I had 200,000 followers. So it was just and crazy how much growth that was. But like, also I would post about 5 or 6 times a day, and I was going to school at the time, so like it was crazy. But like I'd get like 10,000 likes on a picture, and like every time I would go to school, I would look at my follower amount. At the end of the day, it would go up by 1,000 like every single day, basically.
That's nuts. It's all in the algorithm. We're learning that.
We're
learning that ourselves
the hard way.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the thing you said about just like ditching a hobby and selling it to make money. Like when I was in 8th grade, I was like, oh, I don't want to collect rocks anymore. I'm going to throw this away. Like I never once thought about like selling a hobby. So the fact that you're able to do that in 8th grade is incredible.
Very impressive. Very, very, very impressive. So there's also an IMDb page under your name for paranormal investigator, saying that you did the camera and electrical department. Is that actually you?
Yes, that's really funny that you found that.
Dude, I do my research.
That's actually you.
You did. So yeah, it is me. So my dad, he got me into video stuff low key. Like basically he didn't really have very much experience. He was in the army actually, and he'd start making like videos like I did.
Yeah.
And then after that, he got out of the army. He made this video. I don't know, it was like the weirdest thing to be doing ghost videos, but like he was like, oh, it could be a cool idea. They didn't end up finding anything, so it was a bad movie. But I basically helped him out. I was one of the camera guys, like, and did all that. So I think I was like 11 or 12 at the time. So like I didn't know like anything. But
so you were a cameraman for a movie at 12.
And the craziest thing is it's on IMDb. We held it in a theater, and we watched it, and we had like a premiere. It was crazy. And like my dad obviously like did all the work mainly, and it was really insane for him to do that. But I was just there to help, and I learned a lot too.
Okay,
dude. When I was 12, I was figuring out like my left hand from my right hand.
No, that might be the clickbait title, like movie director.
Yeah,
we could stretch the truth a little bit there.
Yeah, I mean we're not really lying.
Yeah, exactly. So that's one of the biggest things we usually do is I'll like when we interviewed Notre Dame hockey guys, I went through their Twitter for literally like 6 hours.
Mhm.
Do you not have a Twitter? Because I always bring up
Okay.
skeletons.
Yeah, so I did until I think at the beginning of this year or last year, I forget.
Mhm.
Or
Then you
at the
started
end of
working
last
with
year.
the NFL, and you're like,
Yeah.
might need to
Yeah, I
delete
mean,
this.
I think a lot of tweets get pulled up, but that's not the reason why. It was actually because I was posting these Notre Dame videos, and like I use copyrighted music a lot of times, and
Okay.
Twitter just was not feeling that. So like I had like 3 or 4 notices, and then they finally just suspended my account. So I was like,
Yeah.
all right, well I'll just go back to Instagram. So
So
It
what's the
works.
name of your burner Twitter?
well I made like another one that's just
He
my
does
name.
have a
but-
It's funny you
But,
mentioned
like-
that because we interviewed a hockey guy and they said they had a burner. We literally cannot find it.
Yeah.
We search for hours weekly trying to find it. We just can't.
Matt Steves of Notre Dame hockey has a burner out there if you ever want to find it.
Apparently, it's like good.
Yeah.
Like good.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Because he
Mine's
said he
just
was
my
gonna,
name, so if you want to find it, you can just search it.
Oh, that's pretty easy.
he said he was gonna Pope on his main Twitter. So like his burner must have some good stuff. Like, if he decided that like he needs to go more in depth on the burner, there must be some interesting stuff on there.
Yeah,
that's
I've
ridiculous.
seen some athlete tweets get pulled up, and same with Donald Trump tweets. So it's
Oh, yeah.
it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it is.
You gotta be careful.
I personally play baseball, and I know you play lacrosse. I know there's a baseball lax rivalry. Is there a rivalry between hockey and lax bros?
I think it's not. I don't know. Lacrosse and hockey are relatively the same. I feel like they're all like a frat bro type. So like
Uh-huh.
I'm not that
Chillest
way,
athletes.
low-key, but I don't know. It's interesting. I don't know why baseball and lacrosse have such like a beef. I think it's just like lacrosse people are like, oh man, baseball's so easy, and then like that's what baseball
Yeah.
players say for lacrosse too.
Yeah,
But I mean,
pretty much.
it's all love, really. I
all
also
about the
played.
Letty.
Yeah, I also play football and soccer, but lacrosse is definitely the best for sure.
I gotcha.
So Rocco said when we interviewed him, he said that you and Matt Freeman were the first ones to know about his commitment. How tempting was it to like put it on your burner that Rocco was going to Notre Dame like a month early?
Yeah, it's really funny because my boss at the company I work for now, he's a huge Notre Dame fan, and like he would always like try to ask me these questions, like, "So I heard you're talking to Rocco. You know he's committing?" I was like, "Oh, I don't know. I don't know anything about that." But it was definitely like interesting, and like having information like that is definitely like cool because you're like, "Oh, I know something that most people don't." But
Yeah.
I mean, I knew that Rocco was going there, and it was just a matter of like bringing the idea to like life, and I just want to make sure that was the main process or main goal there.
Yeah. So I want to apologize. So when Rocco came on the show, we were joking about how some of the pictures you took were like him like modeling on the tractor, and he said that he wanted to quit football and get into modeling, and he wanted a calendar made. So we got a calendar made. and
No
they're
way.
Your pictures.
Yes.
They're your pictures on it. So
Okay.
I just wanted to get it out of the way. No, I don't want to get sued.
Wait, Eric,
Eric,
actually bring the calendar and show him. It's right above your head. You found his burner?
It's not a burner. Okay.
Wait, here, give it to me.
It's literally just my name. But
So
let me see.
here's-
this. Oh yeah.
Here's
I like
January. So this is the cover
good.
page. It's a cover page.
it. Okay. Yeah, Rocco's looking really good there.
Yeah. We have all 12 months. Hold up. I want to find the one that's my favorite.
Yeah, there's the one of him with the crop top on.
Yeah. Where is that? One of the tracks.
Is that for 2021?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
You need one?
Yeah. Do you want one?
I mean, if you have extras, I mean, might as well.
We'll shoot you one. We'll shoot you
Oh
one.
yeah. Sun's out, tummy out.
Yes, I love it. Love it.
But yeah, it's awesome. We can send you one for sure.
Awesome.
I also saw a video on your Instagram. You made edits of possible uniform combos for Notre Dame.
Mhm.
Have you heard from anyone asking about those designs and possibly implementing them into the scheme?
I mean, Under Armour, if you're listening, yeah, let's do it.
I'm sure
But
they are.
no,
Oh,
I
yeah, they
haven't had any. I haven't had any people reach out. The funny thing is, though, I remember right after I made that video, they wore green like the next weekend. So like, I don't think it had anything to do with what I did, but it was
think
really
it did.
funny. Like right
Yeah.
after that, they actually.
I think it did too. I was actually gonna say the all gold is my personal favorite. Like I would have said the all greens, but literally every single time I play with them in NCAA 14, I get absolutely rinsed. Like it's not even close. So I have personal beef with the all greens, but
Right.
I think they can make it work. I mean, they're 3-0 under Brian Kelly, but I just cannot win in NCAA 14 with them. It's annoying.
Yeah, I mean, I think for Shamrock series, they need to change it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And do something cool again. They've had some really cool ones in the
They need to
past,
hire
but,
you.
yeah.
They need to look at that video and just do the all gold, not the all green, not the all
That's
green.
true. I think all white. I think that was the most popular one out of that video.
Yeah.
But yeah.
We'll
The-
use our illustrious network to make sure
Yeah.
you get in contact.
We have
with
connections.
Yeah.
The one with the
For sure.
charcoal gray top too, with the gold pants and gold numbers, that was clean. That was
Yeah,
really
I highly doubt they're ever gonna do anything like that. But you never know. I remember I think it was this year with was it Penn that wore what is it? They wore the all blacks that we played them.
Yeah.
okay.
Or Pitt,
Yeah.
Pitt, Pitt. My bad.
Pitt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Eric has a question for you.
All right.
Yeah, so this is kind of random. But,
Wait,
Eric,
introduce yourself.
Wait, who is this?
This is Eric, the producer.
Okay, sorry, I forgot.
Of course, yeah. So just curious. This is kind of random, but my last name's kind of similar to my stature in the sense that it's very short. I know you didn't really ask, but you know, so it always fascinates me when people have like cool or long last names. I'm just curious, like, where are you from? Are you like, is that Polish or? I'm just curious.
Yeah. So my family is Polish, so hence the ski. And I mean, like, I'm not like super like first generation Polish, but like my family is definitely like, I don't know, has some Polish roots, obviously. Yeah. The other side of my family, I think, is from the South, so it's like kind of a weird combination.
Gotcha.
But yeah, my family grew up in South Bend, and like I didn't personally grow up in South Bend, but my family did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I just want to say, Eric, I don't know why you mentioned your stature and didn't ask him how tall he was.
Yeah, how tall
Yeah.
are you? Just curious.
Fumble
Oh,
back.
yeah,
I
how tall
don't
are
know. I'm
you?
just curious.
Are you
What?
pretty tall, or are you pretty short?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
extremely short.
Well, I'm
his,
like,
his last name is 3 letters, and he's like 5'6.5". So
yeah,
Okay. Well, I'm
Thank you for
5'9",
doing that.
so I feel you.
yeah. Life's tough.
Like you just started the question off, and then the next part of the question had nothing to
yeah,
do
you
with it.
went completely off script with the first one, so I thought you were gonna follow up with that anyway. Do you have like a long line of people now waiting to get commitment videos done?
Yeah. Actually, I don't know. I used to work with a whole bunch of high school athletes, and now I don't work with a ton of them just because I'd rather focus on college or professional athletes just because they have the money and also the amount of followers. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people that do want some, and I mean, I'm definitely down in the future, and I want to do ones. I don't know if you guys ever seen, is it DJ Uwangale or whatever?
Oh yeah,
His
Yeah.
name
For
is?
Clemson?
Yeah.
That's Eric's
he
guy.
had he had a sick commitment video, and like I think like it's super well done and produced, and I just want to do like ones that like look like movies even
Yeah.
more than the
Yeah,
ones
yeah.
that I produced.
Yeah. Have you ever thought of expanding outside of football and going to maybe the basketball or hockey? Maybe not hockey, 'cause it's not as big and not a revenue sport, but like basketball.
I mean, wakeboarding. There's a tough wakeboarding video. I've never been so into wakeboarding in my life.
Wait, he made a wakeboarding.
There was a
video?
wakeboarding edit. And it's
I
nasty.
did do a wakeboarding video, yes. So I've thought about it. I worked for a company in Boston for 2.5 years, and they basically did like lacrosse and hockey for their main sports. They sold used sports gear. Basically, it's just like an eBay website type thing, and they'd sell gear. So I did a lot of hockey and lacrosse content for that. Basketball, I've done a lot of high school local stuff. I did actually film Notre Dame versus Duke at the beginning of 2019. So that was when Zion and all
I was
them
at
were
that
on
game.
it. Were you?
Yeah,
it was
we
a
used to do
good
some basketball
game
too.
for Duke, but not for Notre Dame. But it
Yeah.
was fun to film them.
Just to see Zion though in person was 1,000% worth getting blown out.
RJ Barrett and
Yes.
what's it? Cam Reddish? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that team was ridiculous.
And they still lost.
First round,
No,
second round?
not first round or second round.
Well, I
No.
just don't like Duke, so in my book, they
No.
lost in the first round.
No. So obviously you were an athlete. How much? So there's one question we ask literally everyone. So we interviewed like president of the South Bend Cubs, like older guys and then younger guys.
Like
our age.
Rocco.
Yeah. How much are you benching?
By the way, Rocco benches about 400 pounds.
Yeah.
How much do I bench? I think I bench is my worst thing ever.
Okay.
I like curls are my thing. Like I love
Oh,
curls. Like my
curls for the
biceps are
girls.
big.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like bench, I think I could. I don't know what's normal. I forget.
185.
No, that's not normal. That's a decent bench.
I would say like I have like 165 or 170.
Okay.
I don't
That's
know. I'm
not
not
bad.
that good.
Dude, there's like Blake Wesley who's going to Notre Dame and J.R. Knesny going to Notre Dame. Both of them were like 135. So you're
You're a
It's not-
D1
it's not
athlete.
bad. I
You're-
need to
yeah.
work on it.
above
if you
a
have any
D1
tips,
athlete.
definitely send some tips for me.
Oh yeah, Reed is the guy. Reed can get you on some stuff.
Yeah,
All right. All right.
I don't do steroids. I do not do steroids.
Well, Grant, man, this has been awesome. I really appreciate you coming on. You get the illustrious title of friend of the program. So anytime we ask you to come on, we'll give you like a 3-day notice and you have to come on.
You're obliged.
Yeah.
But
All right.
We hope to get you in studio once everything kind of clears up a little
Yeah.
bit and once you have some free time. But yeah, definitely
sure.
before the end of the semester, we'll have you on.
Awesome. Sounds good.
really appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
Have a
thanks,
good one.
Grant. Have a good one, man.
Yep.